New information from the CDC today says the majority of Americans may have been infected with COVID at some point during the pandemic. The health agency conducted a months-long study that found about 60% of people had antibodies associated with being previously infected. KDKA's Chris Hoffman's live with what this means. Chris.
Christine, now that study ended in February and it found about 75% of children 17 and younger at some point would have tested positive for the virus because they had the antibodies associated with being infected with the virus. And doctors say this correlates to them also having the lowest amount of vaccinations for any age group. The CDC releasing this new information as cases and hospitalizations are on a slight rise compared to last week. However, deaths are down.
So we are hopeful that positive trends will continue, that we will not see, as a result of these increasing cases, any further severity of disease.
This new study shows just how much COVID spread through the community. Researchers collected blood samples and looked for specific antibodies that would be only present if there was a prior infection. They say much of the rise came from the Omicron variant. In December, the percentage of people with the antibodies was around 34%, and by the end of February, that number was about 58%.
This study was only looking at the presence of antibodies from prior infection and did not detect antibodies from prior vaccination.
The age group with the lowest level of infections was people 65 and older at about 33%, but they're also one of the highest vaccinated groups, which is why doctors are continuing to stress the importance of rolling up your sleeve to get the vaccine.
We want to keep all people in our country as healthy and safe as possible, so it is important for either adults or children who have been previously infected to get vaccinated if eligible.
Health experts say it's not the best idea to rely on just these antibodies because there's no data on how long they will continue to protect you, and people can be infected with COVID multiple times. They also stress that the long-term impact of infections, especially in children, is still being figured out. Now, here in our area, the CDC says we're at a low COVID-19 community spread. Live, Chris Hoffman, KDKA News.